Hello, everybody. How are you doing this evening? How's it going? Hello, my name is Margaret, Texas Gal Treasures, and welcome to this live stream. This is all about my top 10 tips for beginners on merch by Amazon, and I've even got it open up to some Q&A because I am live. So I wanted to create this video today because a lot of new people have been accepted into the program, and I know there's a lot of videos out there. There didn't used to be. There's a lot of videos out there to weed through and a lot of information. So I thought, let me take this opportunity to share my top tips for beginners. Now, like I say, there's a lot of people out there that have been at it for a while. I've been on Merch by Amazon for 2 years now. So these are the things that I would recommend. Every mercher has their own, I'm sure, top 10 tips. So if you're watching later, leave your tips for newbies down in the comments section, and make sure to check out the comment section because if I miss one, I'm sure somebody else is going to have a great tip for you guys for your success on Merch by Amazon. So hello, I am live. Let me pop my chat up and arrange my screens so that, oh, I have the wrong chat. Hang on. Technical difficulties, but these things happen. Let's try again. How's that? Boom. There we go. All right, scooch me over. Hello. Oh my goodness. Hi, Angela. Hi, Jay and Callum. Jay, you guys are up late. It's like midnight, right? Hello, Perla. Hello, Sunny. Hey, Jay. Hey, Kaylee. Hello, everybody. Okay. So my top 10 tips for Merch by Amazon. And if you guys have questions as we're going along, pop them into the chat and we'll talk about them. Okay. So my first tip for Merch by Amazon. And before I get started, I am wearing my Merch Talk shirt. This is props for my friend Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. He created the shirt. Let me get up here for our show, Merch Talk. We have Merch Talk every Wednesday where we talk about what's been going on and with merch during the week, how sales have been, Amazon is their own beast. And so we just get together once a week. Sometimes we have guests come on. Jay and Callum came on, and we definitely have a lot of fun. Oh my goodness. Hey, Glenn, Hustler Hacks is there. Now, there's a man that can give you some tips. He is killing it. He's amazing. He's the one that got me started. So definitely, if you're not subscribed or watching him, go over there and click on his link because he's got great information about Merch by Amazon. And I'm going to get, that comes at the end, but since I'm thinking about it, Glenn, Hustler Hacks, and Yong have a podcast called Merch Minds, which is really great. They give great information and you should listen to them. So, but we'll get to that more later. But I wanted to say that, hey, in case he has to pop in and out, because I know how that goes. All right, here we go. You recognize the shirt? Yeah, Chris did a great job creating the shirt for the show. So yeah, that's Wednesday at noon, usually. But we'll get to that in a minute because I have all my sticky notes so I can try to stay on track. All right, so here we go. So my first tip for Merch by Amazon is to read the terms of service and to read them regularly because they can change. So here's how you find that. You go to Merch by Amazon and I have my pretty merch on, but you come up to resources, and when you click on resources, this menu onto the side will open up. And again, this is for newbies. This is where you find this stuff. So best practices, it's pretty clear. So if you follow their terms of service, you won't mess up. And they even tell you like things that sell well, hint, hint, things you should avoid, hint, hint, that kind of thing. So this is a really good place to take a look. This one is about how royalties work, what they're at currently, and they are about to change. And then content policy. This is really important information for what you can and cannot put up there, where to check the trademarks, which we'll get into in just a little bit. And yeah, basically, again, things that work, things that don't work, things you can do, things you can't do, terms of service. And again, they change, so go on there and check them out. A lot of times, if you're really active in the groups, people will say, oh my gosh, guys, go check it out. There's been a change in the terms of service. Or if there's a really big one, they'll put it on your dashboard, but not always, so check it out. So, and then they give you info. I don't have hoodies or sweatshirts yet, but that's fun. And then frequently asked questions are here as well. So yeah, I mean, most of the questions you might have are in there, and it's really formatted in a easy way to find. So, all right. Hey in the chat. Okay, I'm checking to see if there's any. If I had to spend money on one service, what would you suggest? Sunny says, well, it depends on what you need help with. If you are struggling with designing, then you might consider something like Make Merch, which helps you create designs. If you are wanting things for research, I would suggest like Merch Informer, because there's a whole gamut that is run there for keywords and trending ideas and lots of research-based stuff. So it kind of depends on what your needs are as far as spending money. So, and for sure, and I'll get to this in a minute too. When I started, I was doing this on the total free. I didn't want to spend any money. Now I spend some money, but again, I'll get to that in a minute and share a couple videos that I've done about how to do it free and all of this. Okay, you must not be talking to me about shipping TVs because, okay, anyway, moving on. Number 2, my next biggest tip is don't copy. So it can be really easy to go and look and see what's selling and try to like, oh, I'm just going to do that, right? Or even on another web, like you see a really popular shirt that's maybe you don't see on merch and you're like, I'm going to copy that. That's working. Now you can find shirts and then remake the design because you're like, oh, that's a really good idea, but maybe I want to change the image, the font, the style of it. There's ways to do it and there's ways, but to do a pixel for pixel. If you see people say P2P pixel, that means pixel to pixel, where they just copied it lock, stock, and barrel. And yeah, don't do that because you will lose your account. Okay, Brian thought of a question. Where do I check trademarks? That is number 7. We'll get there. Okay. Good. Merch Informer is good. Okay, next, number 3, my next tip, and again, this may change depending on who you ask, but for me, my next tip is to balance evergreen and trending topics. And what that means is if you're just getting started and you're in the groups and people start talking about evergreen, what that means is it's a shirt that would sell year round. So it might be a shirt about dinosaurs or a birthday themed shirt that could be somebody's birthday year round. What else would be a good one? Anything like sports related, maybe. Yeah, but I think you get what I mean. And as far as trending topics, that might be something that's going on currently in politics or in like the Olympics is coming, don't use Olympics. Super Bowl is coming, don't use Super Bowl. But things that are going on currently or I don't know if you remember this in the news when they thought there was a body double for Melania Trump. And so there was like this whole like body double conspiracy theory going on. And so I made this like first lady or what was it? FLOTUS body double. I made some shirts to go along with that whole, I made a whole slew of Melania stand-in, that kind of thing. So, and that one for me, like, okay, it sold a few shirts, but it's not something that's going to be a long-term seller. You know what I mean? Same thing with Eclipse shirts, which I did not get on the bandwagon for, unfortunately, until too late. But those are things that you want to have a balance of in your repertoire. Okay. Oh, hey, Nick. There's another guy that you should follow. So Nick Eden over there. Nick, you don't put stuff up on your YouTube channel, do you? But he has a podcast as well called the 5445 podcast, and he really does focus a lot on newbies in 10, 25 tier, even though he's gotten tiered up, but he's got great information over there as well for newbies. So check out his podcast as well. And I didn't link it, but the video I'm going to share in a minute that I did yesterday, which is like tools I use for merch or something, I share a screenshot of what his what the podcasts are called and stuff like that. Yay. Okay, Steph says t-shirts and tips, eBay flips, starting to focus on merch. Pardon me, I gotta get a little sip of coffee here. Well, not coffee. From the coffee cup, we'll just say. Okay. All right, next up. So I am on number 4. Number 4, this is when you first start out and you're on tier 10, it can feel daunting because you're up against, heavy hitters that have 1,000 designs up or 4,000 designs up, and you feel like your little 10 designs are getting buried in there. So something to think about is to rotate designs. If you've got your 10 designs up and it's been 6 weeks, now they do take them down after 90 days, but if you're feeling like antsy, take those designs down. They'll just lose them forever, but hang on to them and rotate them out. I would say every 6 weeks, and just try, to freshen things up and try things new. And you could also try promotions. I haven't done a whole lot with promotions lately, but that's something else to think about. And we did an interview with Jay and Callum on Merch Talk 2 weeks ago, and they've only been at it for like 6 or 7 months, and they're already, what tier are you on, Jay? I forgot. But they went from the 10 tier to, I think you're on the 500 tier, I think. I mean, like that. And they've been really successful. And so they shared some of their tips with us on Merch Talk. And if I remember, I'll link it in the notes down below. Okay. Oh, thanks, old school. Thanks. Oh, Nevada's there. Hello. Okay. So that's my next tip, was rotate designs. When I started, they didn't have a 10 tier. It was 25, and yeah, there weren't as many people either. So it's been 2 years. It's hard to believe. 1,000 tier now, Jay and Callum says, wow, congratulations. And you guys you were on in like the summertime, I think, but then you didn't really get going with it until September, October. I'm sorry, my brain only holds this much information. Okay, next up is, oh gosh, look, I was trying to get my numbers right. How many days is it? I don't know. So if you have if you're a new seller, new account, you have to have a shirt uploaded. And at first I thought it was 90 days, but it's not. I checked the terms of service. It was 120 days. But you also have to have your tax. Look, why am I showing my messy sticky note? I don't know. You also have to have your tax and banking information up there as well. So you've got 120 days to not procrastinate and get your stuff up there so you don't get your account pulled, because that has happened. And how sad would that be, especially if you've been waiting for a year or 6 months to get your account, and then you just, I can't get to it. And then this coming Wednesday, so Tom, my friend Tom, the English picker, has been approved. And then Zahir, I didn't even know had been approved. And he said, oh yeah, I've been approved, but I haven't done anything with it yet. So they're going to come talk. I think Zahir's going to come too, but for sure Tom. Going to come talk with us on Wednesday about getting their ball. That sounds really bad. Getting their shirts up and getting their business started with merch as well. Okay. Started properly in September, Jay says. Okay, good. That's what I thought. Okay. Pardon me. Okay. So that's 5. Wow, we're already through 5. Okay. Number 6. This is an important one because you don't want to get your designs taken down. You don't want to get your designs rejected, and that is to not keyword stuff. And so what that means is when you upload a design, and let's say your design is about dogs, you don't want to put things in your design that has nothing to do with dogs. And you see it all the time, where it'll say, wear this to your basketball game or football game and your tennis match, and and they'll just start throwing in like things that have nothing to do, because they want that, if somebody searches football shirts, then your dog shirt will come up in the mix, you think, So that is something that can get you in trouble if you are keyword stuffing, throwing in words that have nothing to do with the shirt design that you've put up there. Definitely can get you into some hot water. Melissa says, I'm feeling more intimidated about getting to the design right. Color spectrum. It depends on what Melissa too, it depends on what program you're using, because Merch has a template you can download. So, and it's a good idea, especially if you're on the 10 tier or any tier really, just to order one of your shirts and see how it comes out. You can drop the price real low, just the base amount, and order one and see what it comes out like, right? Oh yeah, people stuff their keywords for sure. Let's see. Okay, next up. Okay, I'm on number 7. Okay, here we go with trademarks. Check all your words for trademarks. And I have made this mistake in my early days. And I'll share with you my Super Bowl. It was my Super Bowl shirt. And the shirt had nothing to do with Super Bowl. It was a football shirt. And it was just like a silly tight end shirt. We'll just put it there. But in the description, I put something like perfect to wear to your Super Bowl party. And I didn't realize that Super Bowl was trademarked because I didn't check all my words. I just thought, it's not a Super Bowl shirt. It doesn't say it on the shirt. It doesn't say it in the title. But it got rejected. And then fortunately, I uploaded like all of these. I uploaded a bunch of football shirts with the same keywords, and they were like 12 shirts or something that got rejected all at one time. It was horrible. So anyway, live and learn. So the sites that I use to check my trademarks now are TM Hunt, and then the United States Patent and Trademark Office. This is the one that is the go-to because it's the main, government site. So check your USPTO. I'll show you real quick the clickings that I do to get to where you need to get, because it's kind of clunky to figure it out. Oh gosh, I haven't been doing this. So search trademark database is where I go. And then over here, you go, systems go here, like that. And then I do basic word search. Some other people have shared other things. And then here you'll put live, and let's do Super Bowl. Super Bowl. And let's see, is it trademark? Oh, look, oh yes. But then also as you're doing this, you can see live trademarks. You'll click on the different ones and it'll tell you if it's what it's trademarked for. I think I have a whole separate video on this. But, it'll tell you if it's, clocks, pins, bracelets, jewelry, blah, 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 blah. Everything. Just everything, Margaret. Just don't do it. Okay. So, oops, I'll get back to that in a second. So, when you're checking your trademarks, your words, don't just check what's on your shirt. Check what you put for your brand. Check what you put for your title. Check every word in your description, because it can... You'll see, and on this one, TM Hunt, let me flip it back over here. I use the split search, and then I'll drop in like a whole sentence, and it'll go through the whole sentence and pick out words and even phrases where it'll be 2 words or 3 words together, and say, oh, that's, look at this. This is the perfect shirt for Super Bowl. Here we go. And so it'll check it. And then what I'll click on is select live to text. Okay, so here, the perfect shirt is trademarked. Okay, perfect shirt. So I always get in there and I start typing that in because it just flows right. And so I have to go back in there and change it. This shirt is perfect. I can't say Super Bowl either, but anyway, you get what I'm saying. So it checks like phrases and everything too. The perfect shirt, come on. Okay. Then, all right, let me check the chat real quick before I jump on and see if I missed anything. Can't wait for the chat for this Zahir. And Zahir's asked me to come over to his channel as well, so that ought to be fun. Are you really? Okay, good, Jay. Callum and I are doing our first live chat tomorrow. Oh, good, yeah. Are you going to be talking about merch? Because definitely it's worth listening to. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Standard. Okay, cool. All right. Yay, Sunny. Got to the 500 tier. Where can I check images? Oh, images. What I do, okay, especially when, now we're in the Q&A part of this. What I do whenever, let's say I get a shirt from a place where I purchased it, or if I'm using a free, like something I get from the public domain, then I will do a Google reverse image search. If you're not sure how that goes, I'll show you real quick. Since we're doing a Q&A, where are we? We're on number 8 will be next. Oh, cool. What about images? Okay, so let's say I've got an image that I want to check, and I don't know how to do it as far as like a website you can go check, but what I'll do is I'll use Merch Informer and just type in the shirt, or type in the topic and see if that design pops up. But if you come over to Google and you click on images, and then there's this little search by image button right here. I may have done a separate video on this, I can't remember. Search by image. So you can paste the URL or you can upload an image. Well, let's say I've got this image here that I want to search to see, does something come up? And it'll pull this up, and sometimes it'll pop words in here, sometimes it won't. And then you can scroll through and see, where did this come from? Is it free to use? And you'll start seeing different sites where you've found it, you know. So let me look at another, here we go. Let me get here we go. Let's get one of these images, and we can reverse image search on this one. Well, I mean, you kind of see now, but I don't have to keep doing it. So starting again, search by image. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Here you are. Let's see, can I use this cat? Let's say you just found it somewhere, and you're like, whoa, no, this is pushing the cat. It's definitely a thing. I can't use that. So I don't know if that helps or not, but that's what I do if I'm not sure about an image. Most of the images I shared yesterday I get from a couple of specific graphic sites. When I was using public domain images, I did that for everything. So yeah, because some of the public domain sites where you can get images are sort of like a Creative Commons place where people can upload stuff. And so, I mean, I use the example of Nemo. There was an image of Nemo on there. I'm like, well, I know I can't use Nemo. What's this doing on a public domain site, right? So you just have to use your common sense on some of it. And then if you're not sure, then Google image search it, right? Okay, let's see. Let me check before I keep going. And if there is another place to check trademarks, or it's not even a trademark on images, something else. Anyway, then let me know, because yeah. I feel like I lost the chat. Here we go. I am blah blah blah. More info about Printful. Absolutely. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, yeah. If you use the mushroom from Luigi's Mansion, which is, I love the Haunted Mansion. That's a fun game. But yeah, can't use it. And okay. So next, I'm on number 8 now, and number 8, I use this, and this is something that I heard Chris Green say, was treat Amazon like it's your conservative grandma, where you don't want to use bad words, you don't want to talk about drugs, you know, you want to try to play it safe, because basically once your account is gone, it's gone. Once they pull it, I've heard of people getting suspended and getting their accounts back. I talked to Mo. He had that happen, and I had a 30-day suspension, but gosh, it would be so nerve-wracking, right? So definitely take it slow and easy and check, you know, it's worth checking and making sure you're getting it right, because if you get too many rejections, especially as a new merch seller, that can send up red flags for Amazon, and they're going to like, you're out, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, next. Hey, Tom, we were just talking about you. Okay, next up is don't put all your eggs in merch basket. This happened, okay, so not this year when they did the freeze, but the year before, there was somebody in the group that freaked out when the freeze happened, and it was because the person had quit their job and just started going full force into merch, everything merch. And they had been doing great, but when the freeze happened and things slowed down and shirts were, I mean, it was just throttling, and all of a sudden the money was drying up. So definitely don't make sure that you are taking care of yourself, and know that Amazon's going to be Amazon. They're going to do what they're going to do, what's best for them. And we just have to roll with it. So it was totally different this Q4 than it was the year before. We were kind of just basing on what we knew from the Q4 before. And it was totally different, you know, so you just never know what's going to happen. So that being said, try putting your designs up on Printful and Etsy, Teespring, Redbubble, some of these other sites. I have links below if you're interested in the Printful and Etsy integration. It's super easy. It's free to start. I have a link for Etsy where you get 40 free listings. And I've done quite a few videos, and I'll probably do some more about that because that's where I've been most successful, the secondary print-on-demand type platform with the Etsy integration. I've done a little bit on Teespring, but not a lot, and basically nothing on Redbubble. So it just kind of It varies, but definitely don't quit your day job, and definitely keep, if you're reselling as well, keep doing your thing, and if the money gets good, just roll with it because it can change quickly. What else was I going to say? I had something. Oh yeah, put money aside for taxes. I forgot to put that on here. Save some money for taxes because you still have to pay your taxes on your merch money. Okay. Oh, Tom, we were just talking about hopefully you get to come this Wednesday to talk to us on Merch Talk. Merch Talk, right? You're up late too, Tom. Oh my gosh, it's like 12:30. Okay. Spent the last 3 hours doing my first shirt. You have to share. Okay. Then, okay, number 10, hang on. I know I have some other things open over here. Let me make sure I hit everything. Okay, we talked about that. Okay, so yesterday I wanted to share, I did this video yesterday, tools for merch by Amazon. These are the tools that I'm currently using. Some of them are paid, but then I have another video here. It's called 10 free sites. It's basically free things to use if you're not wanting to get, start paying for things, which I didn't when I first started. So I think I linked this one down in the description box. And then also I did a few, maybe there were 6 of them that I did. It was called Merch Masters, where basically I asked other merch, YouTubers and content creators to give their tips on different topics. So if you Google or you YouTube search, Merch Masters or Merch Masters tips, there's a few different ones like coming up with ideas and newbie tips and ways to, I don't know. Anyway, so we did a few different ones of them. They were kind of fun to do. So there's that. Let's see. Tom says, do you guys use the same brand? It depends on who you ask. I don't, but Jeff does. So Jeff, who does merch with us, Merch Talk on Wednesdays, he has all of his shirts under the same brand name. I use different ones because I use it as another search thing. So yeah. And then it definitely helped whenever shirts were getting pulled or hidden during the fourth quarter, because Jeff would tell us like, okay, I supposedly have 500 something shirts live and only 125 shirts are showing up in my search, under my brand name. So that was kind of nice. But he was able to tell us, so I didn't have to worry about it, right? Oh, thanks. Sunny says, definitely signing up for your Patreon. I changed my Patreon up some. I do have a Patreon site. I was creating shirt designs. I'm not doing that anymore because I started homeschooling my boys, so just the time constraints. But on the $5 level, I share my top design, or one of this month I shared the top selling design and my thought process behind choosing it, because it happened to be one that I bought instead of one that I made. But just me, talking through and sharing, how I chose it or how I designed it, if I designed it, and what, how I chose to go about writing my keywords and my thought process. And then there's other levels, like for if you need help with keywords and things like that. So it's out there if you want. So yeah. Okay. And then my 10th tip is keep up to date with what's going on. And I wrote watch, join, and learn. So there's quite a few people out there making videos now about merch by Amazon. And so as far as I know, maybe the drama just hasn't come and knocked on my door yet. Pretty much everybody's been pretty cordial with each other and helpful. There's there's so many people, so many groups on Facebook. I can suggest some just because they're the ones I gravitate towards more. But Joe Clay, who runs Merch University, and he's got the YouTube, he's Merch University. Chris and Jeff do some merch videos. I guess Chris has been doing more. Chris is the Thrift Shop Hustler, and Jeff is, it's Jeff Davidson. That's Jeff Davidson on his. And then Glenn, who's Hustler Hacks. So let me flip over. I pulled up a couple. This is the Facebook page, Merch University. Hide that. Sorry, Tom. Hopefully nobody saw what you were saying in there. Birch, hang on. Maybe I need to hide my chat. Don't chat in the chat, Tom. Or just see here. So Merch University, and then over here, Merch Minds. These are 2 Facebook groups to definitely join. Okay, let me click away from that just in case my chat pops up again. Oops, sorry guys. I'm gonna make sure nothing inappropriate was being said. Okay, no, it's cool. It's cool. Play it cool, Margaret. Okay, so yeah, keep up with groups, and you'll find, as I said yesterday in my talk about the tools I use, you'll start gravitating towards a certain group where you fit. You'll feel like a vibe that you enjoy. I like Merch Minds and I like Merch University because I know the guys, and it's usually pretty positive and helpful. So there's that. And those were my 10. Was that everything? Oh, I didn't talk about one other thing. Did I close that out? Oh, good gosh. Hang on. Let me open it back up if I can find it. Where did it go? Hang on, I'll open it. So I also did this ebook. It's free, so hang on, I'm finding it so I can open it up and share it with you. It's a free ebook, and I left the link down below. Where is it? Here it is. So it's 2018 trending events and topics, topics, and predictions. And it's just like, I missed the eclipse trend last year, and I was kicking myself because I just didn't jump on that. So this is kind of a breakdown of the year of things coming up, things like Olympics, and something each month. So there's a list of things each month. It's over 100 ideas that you could possibly run with if you chose to. And it's free, so you can go download it from, what is it, Gumroad. Ta-da! All right, I think that's it. Let me check for any other questions in the... No, Tom, you're good. Yeah, I think y'all were just talking about computers. Don't have your chats open, right, when you're doing a live stream. Let's see. Steph says using the same brand name on all the shirts. So yeah, kind of like buy it now auction. People have their own thing. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, Brian. I created a video. Of course I did, right? Because it's me. As far as Fiverr. Oh my gosh. So I have a video called My Fiverr Nightmare. And I had the worst experience on Fiverr. Some people are great. I just don't have the patience to keep interviewing people. I felt like the amount of time that I put into it, into trying to get this Fiverr designer to figure out. Hang on, I'm pulling it up so you can see what the thing looks like. Here it is, My Fiverr Nightmare. It was a horrible experience for me. But again, some people have really great experiences with VAs and getting people. And I was actually talking to Neil Lassen, and I have a video on here with Neil, who is he owns Merch Informer, and he's had good success with virtual, but he has a whole process for interviewing them and weeding out people like that can't communicate or won't understand, or anyway, he had a whole process for how to do that. It was really cool. So as far as other sites that I've got some shirts from Merch-Designs. If you're going to pay for shirts, I mean, this is one that let me make sure it's right. Yeah, that's right. And again, if you go check them out, let them know I sent you, because they'll send me a finders like, hey, here. So, okay, those are some good shirts. So there you can buy shirts. I think they're $12 a shirt, and I've sold shirts from there, so it's awesome. Awesome. Oh yay! Welcome, Leon. We do merch talk every Wednesday if you're interested. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad. So I don't see any other. Yeah. I don't see any other questions in the chat, but I want to thank you guys. And again, if you have tips that you would like to share, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Or if you've got any other questions that if you're new, that you need answers to, leave questions down below, because if I can't write a full response, then it gives me ideas for tutorials going forward, or things we can talk about on Merch Talk every Wednesday. So definitely leave those comments and questions down below, and we can learn and grow together. Yay, awesome. Okay, I am glad you guys came, and congratulations to all you guys that are new on Merch that just got your accounts. And if you've been at it a while, great. great. I'm glad you're here too. Okay, guys, well, I will see you later and have a really great, what is it, Sunday night or Monday morning if you're watching this in the UK. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.